Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 105 of Ayodhya Kanda. In the previous chapter, we saw Bharatha insisting Rama to return to Ayodhya and accept the throne, while Rama specifying that he is simply following the words of his father because he wanted to ensure that the words of his father are respected, and for the same reason, he would like to continue in the forest Dandaka. The princess, surrounded by relatives and friends, passed the night sorrowing. The day having dawned, the brothers observed the fire sacrifice and performed the repetition of silent prayer on the banks of river Mandakini. Then, entering the hermitage of Rama, they sat in profound silence, no one uttering a word, a great peace prevailing over all. At length, Sri Bharata, in the midst of his friends, broke the silence and thus addressed Sri Rama: O my brother, our illustrious sovereign conferred the kingdom on me to satisfy my mother and fulfill the obligation of his former boons. And my mother, having given this kingdom to me, I now offer it to you. Enjoy it without hindrance. When the dam bursts in the rainy season, none can stem the right. Similarly, none but you can protect this vast dominion. O king, as an ass cannot, as a donkey cannot equal the pace of a horse, nor an ordinary bird's flight that of an eagle, so am I unable to rule the kingdom without you. O Rama, happy is the sovereign on whom others depend, but wretched is the one who depends on others. A tree planted and watered, though it grow and spread forth great branches that no dwarf can scale, and be covered with blossom, if it bear no fruit, the one who planted it suffers obloquy. O mighty hero, let this metaphor be understood by you, that you, being the Lord of all, may guide your servants. O Lord, let us behold you, the destroyer of your enemies, seated on the royal throne, shining resplendent like the sun. May these mighty tuskers follow your chariot, and all the queens dwelling in the palace rejoice. Here, Bharata is giving the metaphor saying that it is like Dasharatha planted a tree which was wonderful and now it started bearing the fruit, and its fruits need to be consumed by Rama. That is basically the crown of Ayodhya need to be received by Rama. If it is not done, it will be a disheartening one for the expired monarch, that is the monarch Dasharatha, who is already dead. The people, hearing Sri Bharata's words, applauded them, saying, Well said, well said. Then the compassionate Rama, perceiving Bharata afflicted and lamenting, consoled him, saying, O Bharata, man is not free. Time drags him here and there. All objects perish, all individualized souls must depart when their merit is exhausted. Sons, friends, wives, all who live must die one day. Hoarding and spending, prosperity and destitution, meeting and parting, life and death are all akin. When the ripe fruit falls, we are not surprised. Thus, a man being born should not fear when death climbs him. As a building supported by stout pillars on becoming old falls into ruins, so man subject to age must one day meet with dissolution. O Bharata, the night once past does not come again, so the waters of the Yamuna flowing to the sea do not return. See, the days and nights are passing away, decreasing the period of our lifespan. As the rays of the sun in summer suck up the earth's moisture, O prince, grieve for yourself, therefore there is nothing else worthy of grief. Age withers all, whether movable or immovable. Death is ever at our side, nor does it leave us from when we travel to a distant place, and it is still present at our returning. What shall a man do when his skin is wrinkled and grey hair covers his head and he is stricken in years? Man rejoices when the sun rises and sets, heedless of the waning of his powers. He welcomes the approach of each season, such as the arrival of spring, yet the succession of the seasons devours man's days as pieces of driftwood floating on the sea come together for a space, so wives, sons, relatives, wealth, and property remain with us a while, but in the course of time they all will going to leave us. One sitting by the wayside cries to a group of travelers passing by, "Let me also go with you." Why then should man grieve to tread the road which has been trodden by his predecessors? Because all our predecessors have died in the same way, so we will also follow the same path. The life of man, like a river flowing, does not return. Thus, our days diminish, and we should perform those righteous acts that bring us to the knowledge of reality. Practicing virtue, man should enjoy worldly pleasures. Our father, the illustrious Dasharatha, having performed benevolent deeds and given fitting charitable gifts, has departed, clothed in virtue, having cherished his servants and nourished his people, having levied those taxes alone warranted by moral duty, having set up water banks and created reservoirs and performed many sacrificial acts, he has passed away, leaving the world after enjoying a variety of pleasures and offering countless sacrifices. The king at a great age has gone to heaven. O brother, it is not me to grieve for the kings who, full of years, having enjoyed the pleasures of the world, respected by the good, has given up his life. Having abandoned his worn out frame, he has obtained the form of a celestial being. A wise, learned, and enlightened man like you should not grieve for such a father. Exercising patience, you should cease to lament and, if giving up sorrow, return to the capital. O chief among the eloquent, your father has commanded you to dwell in Ayodhya. I too will perform the behests of him who ever practiced righteousness. I cannot disregard the commands of my illustrious father. He is worthy to be obeyed by you and me, being our parent and our ruler. O son of Raghu, I shall therefore obey his will and dwell in the forest. O chief of men, those who desire felicity in a future state and who are virtuous and benevolent should obey their leaders. O great one, bear in mind the behests of our father, a lover of truth, and return to the capital to rule over the kingdom. The magnanimous Rama, having uttered these sage words relative to the need for obedience to his father, became silent thereafterwards. Thus ended chapter 105 of Ayodhya Kanda, where Rama tried to convince Bharata that both of them should follow the command of their father and should not take the decision on their own. Namaste Sharada Devi, Kashmir Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.